It's the hottest dish in the streets. It's what everyone's talking about on Facebook,
Twitters and Facebooks and all that stuff.
It's time for Big Tigger's Trending Topics on V103.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before I get started on this Law and Order edition of the Trending Topics, happy birthday to Fat Joe, Bill Clinton, and Miss Earlene. Y'all don't know her, but you will. Time for the Law and Order edition. Columbus Short hosted an album release party in L.A. The people who wanted to see him the most, though, were the local bounty hunters. Singer turned actor was on his way to sound check at a club when the bounty hunters and local sheriff swooped in and arrested him. Law was after the scandal star, well, ex-scandal star, because of a bench warrant over past domestic violence cases. Short says he feared for his life when the bounty hunters showed up. Meanwhile, they were afraid he was going to flee the country and wanted to make sure to claim they cut up the $500,000 bail before it was too late. Next up in the Law and Order edition, one of the major complaints about the movie Straight Outta Compton is that it failed to honestly address the group's violence against women, so says Dee Barnes, who was once hosting a hip-hop show called Pump It Up. She explained why the movie whitewashes NWA. She said the film's director had a direct role in the 1991 brutal attack at Dee Barnes at the hands of Dr. Dre, who attempted to throw her down a flight of stairs, smashed her face against the wall, and stomped her hand. Dee Barnes thought to herself, "Oh my God, he's trying to kill me." Dre became outraged while watching a Pump It Up interview conducted by Barnes in which Ice Cube dissed his former bandmates and made them look like quote-unquote clowns. The cameraman for that show was F. Gary Gray, who directed Straight Outta Compton. Gray and the segment producer prodded Ice Cube into making those inflammatory remarks, according to Dee Barnes, which incited Dr. Dre into the bloody violence. Quote, "I think a huge reason Gary doesn't want to address it is because then he'd have to explain his part in history. He's obviously uncomfortable for a reason." More to come. We'll see what happens. And last but certainly not least in our trending topics, former Subway pitchman Jared Fogle been charged with soliciting sex with a minor in addition to possession of child pornography. He's accused of traveling from Indiana to New York City multiple times between 2010 and 2013 to have sex with minors. Prosecutors say he paid for sex and have obtained text messages he sent with one of 14 underage victims. Court papers say he also asked minors to send him pictures. Fogle's reportedly agreed to a plea deal in which he will serve at least 5 years in prison, pay $1.4 million in restitution to his victims. The married father of 2 will also have to register as a sex offender, participate in sexual disorders program, and will not be allowed to have unsupervised visits with minors. He is currently in custody of the federal authorities. That is a sad end to that story, if I do say so myself. You just never know. That's going to do it for the Trending Topics Law and Order edition. Missed any part, head on over to v-103.com. We can not only listen to it in its entirety, you can also see me. Wow, that's a real sad story face. Y'all stick around. Try to put a smile on your face when I get back next on V103.